Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday. And
Friday.
No, it's
It's
super.
Friday?
It's pre-super. It's almost Super Bowl Eve. Good morning.
Happy Friday.
Whew. We made it.
Are you tired?
No, I'm really not that tired today. But
I am a little bit, realizing that I look a little bit like I just woke up.
because you did. All right, Melissa, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Melinda, good morning to you. Kendra, how are you doing? Hey, like I changed it. Now it's like little bubbles.
Well, aren't you fancy?
Oh, I didn't mean to.
That was an accident.
I didn't know it was going to look like that. But it's okay.
Interesting.
It's a little different.
Yep.
It's because it's, I don't know. Morning, Nancy.
Fancy.
Aunt Barb, good morning.
Good morning.
Chris Bartlett, good morning, good morning. So yeah, I changed the little bubbles.
The dog is snoring. She's snoring.
Do you like the little bubbles?
We can hear our dog just right off camera.
If you don't like the bubbles, we could go back to that.
Nobody cares.
I don't know. Do you guys care? Do you like the little bubbles like that?
All right. What do you got that's worth something
Or
here?
do you like that? We'll go with the bubbles today. Something different. Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay. So like it's Friday. We're heading into the weekend, and the weekend is pretty significant. One, it's going to be 3 degrees around here. I still have Chris's. Chris is probably like, take me off there. Rose, hello. Cheryl, hello. We're busting through these really quick. Lisa, we'll see you in just a minute.
Thank goodness it's Friday. That's right.
Good morning.
I think it's interesting that
football.
some of these people don't care one bit about the fact that it's Super Bowl.
I was talking about it's a big deal because it's going to be 3 degrees.
Oh, it is going to be cold. And aren't you glad you don't live up north? Wow.
20 below.
Holy cow. That is like.
Nancy says little bubbles. I like it.
You picked. So like if we lived like 4 hours north, we would be like massively cold. Get out your Bernie mittens.
What mug do you have today?
I have my mug. Mine.
I have yours.
Yep. Guess who did the coffee this morning? Because I picked the mug.
Guess who did everything else?
Thank you. I appreciate you.
The mine and yours, and she always picks mine.
I do. It's mine.
It's mine. It's mine.
All right.
What else is going on? Hey, it is Super Bowl that's coming up, and we're going to talk about how to prepare and get ready for Sunday.
We missed it.
What?
We should have talked about Super Bowl commercials.
But
like
we don't know them yet.
I know.
No, we'll do that on Monday.
Gosh, talk about it on Monday. Sorry, getting ahead of you.
We go over the production list and the order and the planning, and no, we don't.
I'm not on that list at all.
Hey, we have Matt Toon masks and just another 100 available. Opened up a box for Matt Toon Huddle.
Yep.
And why are we talking about this? Because some people might care about a big game on Sunday called the Super Bowl, but our kids are going to play football. Kids are back. So our kids are back, and we are part of the Matt Toon High School Huddle. It's an organization. So we got masks.
So if you want to support Matt Toon kids in any component, like it would be awesome. So get a hold of us.
Hook us up.
Anyway.
$12. It's a great mask.
Yep.
Fits nicely.
Jenny said we're matchy.
We're cups. Oh, the cups are matchy.
Thank you, Jenny. I love it. So anyway, okay,
so I know Joy keeps telling me that not all of you guys are football fans, so we can't talk about football stuff. Did you know when we got into the football trivia questions, we dropped 5 people? They're like,
see?
That's funny. I think that's funny. If it was one of you, shame on you. So what are we going to do today to get ready for the Super Bowl?
We're going to talk about something that even if you're not a football fan, you can enjoy.
I bet you're a food fan.
That's right.
So best snacks at
Super
Bowl. But before you do that, you want to step? Can we prepare them for like?
Sure.
So start making your list, and while you're doing that,
go grab a pen and paper.
But
you need this, or get your phone out.
But right now, we also have the incredible Lisa Wilt, who put together just for you guys just for you and the brew.
I think this is like seriously like just for
and
us.
It is, and she's thinking about starting like a cooking show. So she wanted to do something for us.
I like some people that have cooking shows, like Pioneer Woman, and that's those people like.
So if you're getting ready to like prepare something fun for a Super Bowl party,
you can add this to your list.
You can add this.
Hi, my name is Lisa Wild, and the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to have a Chiefs Super Bowl party, and I wanted to share with you my recipe for Super Bowl salsa. It's super, super easy. You basically just mix the ingredients together. So I buy the Pace huge gallon barbecue salsa from Sam's, and for every cup of salsa that I use, I can use 1 cup of ingredients that are solid, if you would. So I use 1 cup of green onions. I use 1 cup of purple onions. I like the purple color. I prefer not to use white for that reason. And they're a little bit sweeter too. I use 1 cup of corn because after all, it has to be gold and red. And if you prefer not to use corn, you can use fresh pineapple or even canned pineapple, but fresh tends to hold up better. This kind of gets lost in the salsa, if you would. And a lot of times I use guacamole. However, this is something that when you make it, you can't keep it for like a week with the guacamole in it. Some people like to add lime. I personally don't care for the taste of lime as much, so I would go very light on the lime. And then the cilantro. Somehow I bought it at Aldi, but I didn't make it in the door with it. I cannot find the cilantro anywhere. Cilantro also is something that you want to put in like right before you eat it because it can get kind of wilty, which is not pleasant for anybody. But the green onions do really hold up. And then for the spices, I do 1 teaspoon of salt. Now that seems like a lot, but there it is, 1 teaspoon of salt. And I use 1 teaspoon of garlic. Let's keep it easy for everybody. 1 tablespoon of cumin. Yes, cumin. That gives it a really deep, rich, warm flavor. 1 tablespoon of chili powder. And this is optional. If you like hot, you can add, my guys like hot, you can add 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I can get that out there. I don't use the cayenne pepper in so many recipes. Now, if you also like it hot, I use these sometimes in it. They're just the little hot peppers, if you would. And so then you just mix it all together. I guess I forgot a spoon. Go figure that. And what you end up with is Super Bowl salsa. So what I did is I kept my jars knowing that I was going to make salsa. So I have like a dozen jars here. And then I just took a bowl and traced around with red marker some burlap that I got cheap at Hobby Lobby, like Hobby Lobby. You can get it at Walmart, anywhere. And then I took gold and red ribbon and tied it around the top. So what I like to do is just surprise people, text them and say, you have a gift on your front porch. And when I do that, I usually put it in a basket. Here I bought hint of lime chips and veggie flaxseed chips. So that makes kind of a pretty basket. For the more traditional people, I have again Super Bowl salsa. This one has pineapple in it. And I did the blue chips and then just the regular on the border chips. And I can put that in there and then just text somebody, hey, you have a gift on your front porch. So that's basically how I cheat and make salsa. Now, a couple of things. In order to get this on, tips and tricks, I put a little either dot of hot glue or a rubber band around the edge. Otherwise, you need help holding this down while you tie the ribbon. Also, I've learned over the years that double-sided ribbon works better than single-sided ribbon because you see both sides of the ribbon. So that just makes it a little bit easier and a little bit prettier. I think that's it, guys. Hope you have a great Super Bowl Sunday, no matter what team you're cheering for. God bless you. Bye-bye.
We're back.
Wow. Oh, I just hit the table. So I put it in the comments too. Thank you very much, Lisa. Matt Toon.
Sorry, I'm fixing my hair.
Matt Toon, native,
right.
author, and now chef.
I have never made salsa ever in my life. Have you guys made salsa? Like, I have never made salsa in my life. I've like always bought it out of a can. So that, like, I've never done that in my life. We might have to add that this year. So
this year?
Yeah, well, you can do it because of the fact that I'm working, but yeah, you can do it. So
I got my own masterpieces I'm making.
I think we should ask, what is your favorite Super Bowl food? Like, what is the thing that you're like, this is what, when we have people over, like when we are sitting down as a family to watch, number one, I want to know who everybody's rooting for. Who are you rooting for? Are you rooting for the Chiefs or the Bucs to win? Is it really that hard? I thought for sure you would have this answer. Who are you guys rooting for?
I think the Chiefs. The Chiefs, although I would love for Tom Brady to stick it to Belichick and the Patriots. But
it's a little vengeance thing. Who are you rooting for?
I'm not a big Tom Brady fan either. He's full of himself. So the Chiefs.
Well, he's full of himself.
I like Mahomes. I like Andy Reid. I like Lisa Wilt. I'm going for that.
All right.
So you're
rooting for the Chiefs. You know, some of our kids are going to root for the other just to annoy you.
No, they like the Chiefs too.
Okay. Huh. So one is like nobody. Nobody not watching. So if you're fixing food for the Super Bowl, what is your favorite? Yeah, I want to hear that.
Good.
Ooh, Jenny makes a good cowboy. It's a cowboy caviar. I don't even know how to say that. Caviar salsa. That is good. That is. I've had hers before.
I gotta switch back to this so people can see the whole thing.
Yeah, there you go. So there is one thing, salsa. Okay, so what are we making?
Okay, so I am going to make,
and he's making this stuff because I
bell pepper nachos. So I'm going to cut up red and green peppers in the shape of nachos, and you lay them all across like a cookie sheet in a pan, and then you put your either taco meat or
taco beef or taco chicken,
and then you take some light cheese,
spread it over,
melt it all across it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little cilantro.
What was that? Slide them in the oven.
And then a bottle of Cholula next to it and some salsa.
Yep.
And then, put it in the oven and let that cheese melt into the bell pepper nachos. Low carb.
Yep.
Low carb nachos. And then also, shout out to Brett and Lisa Bond. They introduced us to this. It's Memphis style cheese and sausage. And
you take kielbasa sausage, slice it up.
And I get the turkey kielbasa. I know it doesn't have the fatty, like it doesn't like sizzle as much, but it's a lot healthier. So turkey kielbasa, and then
sprinkle.
You got to cut it in angles.
That's all about it.
You got to cut it in angles. Don't cut it just like in circular tubes. You got to cut it in angles. That's cool. Yeah. And then you sprinkle. It's a dry rub. It's a Memphis style dry rub. And then you also, here's the key.
You put it in the oven.
Yeah. So you get the sausage nice and hot. But then the key is you take this Memphis style dry rub and you sprinkle it over the cheese.
Sliced cheese.
The cut sliced.
You don't cheese. You don't put that in the oven.
No. It's just cold sliced cheese really with the rub on it.
So what are some other top Super Bowl foods? Like anybody else? Like soup. Soup was high on Super Bowl foods. Chili.
Sarah says Chinese food.
There you go. Chinese food.
I've never had Chinese food, Sarah, at Super Bowl, but I would have yours.
Wings are high for Super Bowl foods. Wings are high, and then I was surprised that guac was high. And I guess because of chips, maybe, but like guac was high up on there. Ham and cheese sliders were high up on Super Bowl foods that people enjoy. You know what? In this one article said pizza was 35% of people have pizza.
That's because they just order it. They don't want to. They don't want to make anything.
Well, I just was surprised because, like, to me, like you make something and like put it out, but like pizza.
But we've had 20 years of youth ministry parties.
We would have had pizza.
We
would have had pizza every single one of those.
If you're having high school kids over to watch the game,
so true.
Pizza.
Yep.
When you go to an adult party, that sounds kind of risque. Not that kind of adult party, but when you go to a party with just adults and no kids,
it's food.
You like fix fun food.
So anybody else?
Oh yeah,
buffalo chicken dip. That's a great one. Ooh. I'm not making anything this year. Sorry, it's all up to you.
I'll talk her.
Nope. But that's a great one, and we love to do. I know chips is like the famous thing, but we love to do celery in it.
There keeps the carbs down.
Try it.
Carbs
it's
down.
really
So
good.
celery, you dip it in the buffalo chicken dip. Delish.
Yep. Actually, I have a healthy buffalo chicken dip recipe. We should post that later today.
So there you go, guys. Even if you don't watch football, you can have some healthy snacks.
Yep.
Some people are saying, let's do soup because it's cold. Melissa said, I don't really care. I'm making soup. Betty Ray says, soup sounds good to me. It's going to be cold. Here's a little bit of a little tip for you guys. And I saw this. So it is going to be single digits here in Central Illinois. So if you have a bathroom that's right next to the outside wall, turn your water on, let it drip a little bit, and open up the bottom doors of your sink basin, because then the heat of the house can get in there. You don't want frozen pipes.
That's right. Italian beef. That's another.
Oh, Italian beef. I'm hungry for breakfast.
So, okay, I saw this really funny meme. I saw a funny meme that said, I know, but like they showed a picture of the big, huge soup kettle, like the huge one, and it just said, when you see this come out, be prepared to eat the same thing for 3 days. And that is so true. It doesn't, like, when you get that big old kettle out for soup, you're like, this is what we're having for the rest of the week.
You know what I like that we've never made, but it's cool, is one of those charcuterie boards. Charcuterie.
I don't know how to do it.
I know, but I love all the nuts and the little dried fruit and the.
I'm not that fancy.
It's because I love cheese. I do have a little addiction to cheese, but
you do.
It's good stuff. All right, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Don't log off. This is a verse that in my Bible, in my reading plan, 1-year reading plan. Remember, I'm reading the 1-year plan, and it's by Nicky Gumbel. He's a pastor in Europe, but he does the Alpha course, which is incredible. And if you see the plan, it looks like this on YouVersion. But so we're in Matthew. Toward the very end of Matthew, and it's really talking about Jesus returning. And so this is like one simple verse that hopefully like kind of wakes us up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he says this, Matthew chapter 24, verse 27. And he's talking about the return of the Lord, that the Lord is returning. I told our church this Sunday, it's like we got to be ready that there is a moment that the Lord's returning, and he's returning for his church. We don't know exact time. And he says, you don't know the time of the day, but you do know that he is returning. So you have to be ready. Your heart has to be ready. But here's the interesting thing. For as the lightning flashes in the east and shines to the west, so it will be when the Son of Man returns. And when I was reading this and reading the devotion from Nicky Gumbel, he was like, when Jesus came the first time, he came in such a humble, quiet way.
He just kind of slipped into the world
in
without
a manger.
Knowing.
There wasn't even room for him in the inn, and people didn't even know if he was really there. And it was just such a quiet way. Second time around, boom, baby, loud trumpet says the angel's going to call. And if you read all of Matthew 24, you're going to actually have a little bit of I got to be ready. I've got to be ready. I got to be ready. And Matthew 24 is an incredible chapter for the preparation of getting ourselves ready, knowing that the Lord is going to return for his church. And he's not going to just come back and nicely, hey, load you guys up on the bus. Let's go, guys. And I think it's in a way so no one is going to doubt it. No one's going to go, I wonder what happened. Did that happen? No, he is coming and saying, I'm done here. Earth was for temporary purposes. People in his church, meaning his followers, he's taking them home, and it's going to come like a lightning that flashes. It's going to be
with authority.
Powerful. Yeah. Absolutely powerful.
You know what I think? Just really quick.
Please.
So, okay. The first time he came, it was an invitation to us to enter into relationship with him. When he comes again, it's with authority. It really is that people call him the servant king. When he came the first time, it was as a servant. When he comes back again, he's coming as the king. And those are the two things that really sum up who Jesus is, and in the person of in the Trinity. And so the first time he came as a servant, the next time he comes as a king.
I'm ready.
So, yep. Live ready.
Yep. Always be ready. And that's why we share the brew, so our friends and families can be ready too.
That's right.
And they can start having spiritual conversations and considering what it looks like to have a life connected to God. So have a great weekend, guys.
Have a good one. We'll see you on Monday.
Get together and watch a game if you want to.
Post a fun recipe in the comments. Like if you have a really good recipe, share that with everybody, and that would be fun. And then on Monday, are we doing commercials? That would be a really fun one.
I think about that at 6:30 in the morning. So, post that fun recipe. I took a hot dog out of the pack and I put it
in a blanket.
I put it in the microwave and I put it in a bun.
Pigs in a blanket. We're up there on the foods. All right. Have a good weekend.
Stay warm.